Hey everyone, this is Dan with Theta Trend. Today is Tuesday, March 1st, 2016. It's about 2:20 p.m. here Mountain Time. The market's closed 20 minutes ago. Well, we had a little bit of continuation on the upside today. It was definitely a green day all across the board. We had the RUT ending the day here at 1054.49, up 1.99%. So the market was up about 20 points from the close yesterday. And yesterday we had seen it kind of peak up and above this 1035, 1037 level that we've been watching. And we said, well, there's a little bit of reason for concern here, but at the same time, it hasn't violated any levels on the downside. And today the market sort of reversed and definitively moved higher here. We blasted right through the adjustment that we made yesterday on the upside, and I went ahead and adjusted the position again higher today. So the new blue lines here, the next adjustment point is going to be around 1060, which we are approaching relatively quickly at this point. And on the downside, the new expiration break even is down around 982 or so, which is the lower bound of this previous consolidation or range. So we'll see what happens here. The market is moving up into areas that could act as potential resistance. But again, this is the type of thing why we always say the resistance is only resistance after the fact. And until then, it's just potential. It came up to this declining 50-day simple moving average. It did find a little bit of selling there, and then it turned around and headed right through that. So it could certainly do the same thing as it approaches this declining trend line here. It could come up to there, find a little bit of selling, and blast right through it, or it could just continue on higher. We certainly don't know what's going to happen, but we're just going to keep moving the position along with the market and just try to keep up with it, essentially. There is some potential for resistance also even a little bit higher up here into the 1080 level. So maybe the market does make it all the way up to there to that 1080 level. That would really kind of squeeze the shorts and we'd be chasing the market higher. But if we begin the rolling process for this trade, 1080 is going to be kind of right around the next upside adjustment point. So we're going to be okay even if that happens as well. Let's drop down to the 65-minute time frame, and sort of through this entire move down from the 942 943 level up to where we ended the day today at 1054, this 5-day simple moving average has really acted as a good filter for the direction of the shorter term trend. We've had this pattern of higher highs and higher lows around the 5-day simple moving average. We got this pullback here, and on the 65-minute time frame, we kind of violated this level down here around 998 or 1000. And from there, though, the market just peaked down and headed higher from there. So, and we've just had the continuation on the upside. The trade was entered back here on, let's see, what day was this? February 22nd, which was a Monday. And it was when the Russell was around 1022. So we have the market up a little bit higher from the point that we entered. We had a nice pullback initially, but the market didn't continue lower, and it did continue higher. So that's all right. We're just going to keep moving the position. Let's go ahead and hop over there and take a look at that. So this is the trade as it sits at the close today. We have the market here at 1054, and the price slices are set to 1.2% higher and 3% lower from the current market price. The delta at the close today is negative 13.54. The gamma is just about zero. Theta is $25 and some change. Vega's negative 62. The open loss on the trade is about negative 263 or so right now. And again, just keep in mind that this is for a 2 butterfly position rather than a 1 butterfly position. So there, for a single butterfly, the open loss would be about 130, which is pretty inconsequential. At this point, what I did today is I added a couple of butterflies at the 1040 level. So you can see the short strikes for those there. So I added the 990, 1040, and then let's see here, the 1080. So it was a 50 point wide butterfly on the downside and 40 points on the upside. So it was really a broken wing butterfly. And with that, I also picked up 2 of these IWM 105 calls. So there are 4 of those calls in total now. And I also picked up a 96 put in IWM, and that's just to protect the downside in the case that there's a big catastrophic gap lower. As of the close today, it certainly doesn't look like that's the type of situation we should be expecting, but it doesn't hurt to own that protection. And if we do have the market trading back lower into this range, that put, which is down in this neighborhood essentially, should increase in value. We may be able to sell it out as we peel off some of these upper butterflies. On the upside tomorrow, the level that we'll be kind of keeping an eye on here is right around the 1045 level and maybe even all the way down to 1040, somewhere in that neighborhood. If the market holds up and above this, it seems likely that it's going to continue to just move higher, and the rate of the ascent doesn't necessarily need to be extremely fast, but it does seem as though it wants to move higher. If the market pulls back a little bit deeper, we'd like to see it hold kind of above this 1037 level if it's going to continue on. Personally, we'd like to see it pull back even lower than that, but certainly we can't predict the market and we can't have it do what we would like it to do. So we'll just keep managing this position. If we do have a push up and above that 1060 point, which you can see here is kind of the upper expiration break even, one of the things we'll be looking to do is to take off this lowest butterfly down around 1,000. So there's a butterfly here at 950, 1,000, 1050. Those are the legs there. And so we would close that guy out. And if we were to do that, then we could pick up another butterfly either at 1050 or 1060. I've just gone ahead and put the 1060 butterfly in here, for illustrative purposes. And so if we were to do that, we would end up in a position sort of like that. Let me see if I can bring this down a little bit here. So if we were to make that adjustment, it would give us a new expiration break even on the upside around 1080 and on the downside around 1005. So coming back over to the daily chart, that means on the upside we'd be moving to 1080, which is right about here, approximately. And the 1005 on the downside is right here. So that's a little bit more of an aggressive adjustment because we're starting the rolling process since we're taking off that lowest butterfly and moving it higher. But if the market does seem like it wants to continue on, that's going to be kind of the next adjustment point we'll make. And if it continues back lower, we'll just start taking off the upper butterflies. So we'll just see what happens and how it plays out. The market's moving still relatively quickly. I mean, this has been a really good size move off of this 943 level up to 1054, but we're hanging in there for the time being. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, info@thetatrend.com, and thanks for watching.